Thank you everyone for coming. I think I know everyone, but in case there's a couple names I don't recognize, in case you don't know me, my name is Lily Cito. I live in Victoria, BC, Canada. And this is the traditional territory of the Wasanic and the Wasanic and the Algonquin speaking people. And thank you for coming.
Hi, I'm Damien Gorbar from Los Angeles, California. I think I know most people, maybe one or two I don't know, originally from Argentina. And with Lily, we have been co-facilitating the America's Coaching Supervision Network for 6 years now. And this is our 6th conference, and we're very excited about this.
Where's Mary?
I'm here. Hello, everyone. I am joining you from the traditional unceded territory of the Comox First Nation, known as the Comox Valley, British Columbia, Canada. I've been supporting Lily and Damien, for 6 years, I guess, with all the different conferences. I come and go, so I am joining here, later on in the planning and supporting them to, host the conference. So I'm glad to see everyone. I do know most of everyone as well, so welcome.
Yeah, so for those that just joined, please do put your name and where you're calling from in the chat so we can see our global community that's in our space. So today we have an opportunity to talk about the program, what to expect for those who are new to the conference, answer any questions that you have. We also have an opportunity to get into groups of trios to meet new people, because one of the intentions of the conference is to connect and to build community as well. So without further ado, I'm going to share the program and we're going to talk through what it looks like, and please do feel free to ask any questions. Maybe if you raise your electronic hand so that we can see it, that would be great. I think everyone has seen the program, yeah? All right, so this year we're taking on the spiritual path in coaching supervision. Conference is April 20th, 29th. It's a Friday and a Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time, translated into other time zones. I know some of you, it will be late again, like in the UK. So thank you for joining us. Of course, we'd like to mention our sponsors. Coaching Supervision Academy, they've been with us since the beginning. Supervision, Beckett McEnroy has joined us in the last couple of years. EMCC has been very consistent. Greenfields, Michelle Lucas's group, the Hudson Institute, ICF International Global. Royal Roads has come and joined us again this year as a sponsor, and the Global Supervision Network. And I see Eve here today. She is spearheading that group. So thank you for sponsoring the conference. The first day, we've got some interesting things. Eric DeHaan is joining us to talk about relational team coaching supervision. I think he's just written a book on it, so he'll be sharing some of his concepts, and then he'll actually be offering us a team coaching supervision demonstration. And he'll be looking for somebody to bring a case that's actively working team coaching at this point. So think about if they're interested, let us know. Then we have Tracy and Larissa following up on supervising team coaches as well and offering us this case study. In the afternoon, we have experience coaching. This is a very popular session in our, I think we've done it for all 6 years, have we not?
Yeah.
Where we've had a time when everyone can experience coaching supervision with a different supervisor. This year, we're doing something a little bit differently. There are 2 sessions that will be very specific. One will be on team coaching supervision with Dr. Claire Beckett McEnroy. So the first 6 people that put their name in on the chat that want team coaching supervision experience in group will join her. And then Natalie Dubé from Montreal will be running a session in French. So again, the first 6 that would like it in French. can put it into chat, and we will move those folks over with Natalie, and the rest we'll randomly put into the groups for a group coaching supervision experience. So in these, there's usually time to do one round of, so set up, do one round of supervision, and then talk about the learnings, and then come back and do a larger debrief. And then in the afternoon, we will start the spiritual path of coaching supervision. Leanne Loish will be joining us, and Miriam, she doesn't know it yet, but we'll be inviting her to join us in this space as well on both days. And I know it's going to be late for you, Miriam, so I don't know what your energy level will be at that time, but we will talk about it further. Because I see Miriam as one of the pioneers of linking supervision and spirit and energy into our work. So thank you, Miriam, for stepping forward to join us on that. Day 2, let me just pause there maybe and see if there's any questions about that agenda. Any questions, any thoughts, comments? Sunny, I see your little fingers.
Yes, I have a little question about incorporating or infusing the theme in the group supervision sessions. Would you like us to do that, or it does not matter, or how do you and Damian feel about that?
It doesn't matter. I mean, spiritual is always in the space.
Yeah.
My experience is in a group, people are less inclined to talk about these existential conversations. They're usually in my individual sessions. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's the theme of our conference. Absolutely. Hillary, hello.
Hi, this is a practical question because in the UK, some of this is going to be very late. Are any of these going to be recorded that we can listen? For example, yours and Damien's 45 session, will it be recorded?
45 session? Everything is recorded except the supervision groups. And we need permission from the demo folks if they're willing to share the recordings.
Terrific, thank you.
Great, good question. I know that some people won't be able to make some of these times. Any other questions at all? Most excellent. All right, let's move on to day 2. We're going to try something different on day 2. We're calling these coaching supervision roundtables, and we have 5 conversations that are going to be happening simultaneously. These ones we're hoping either we will have them recorded or somebody will be a note taker in them.
So Lily, can you share where we have it in advance, the changes, because we were not able to change in this page, the description of Eve session.
Oh, okay. So what we did was we decided in this particular the agenda not to put like lots of information. Eve, so we did get your email. You will see yours change down at the bottom here. Close your eyes, everybody. You'll get dizzy. Here, if you look at this one a little bit more carefully, number 5, intentioning Mother Earth, supervision in a changing societal landscape and who we serve.
Hey, Lily, but you could put a few extra words in because some of the others have got longer descriptions. I just don't think anyone would know what that meant through those 3 words without something extra.
Yeah, so, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. I hear you.
So you can tell us now, so everybody can hear what you're going to be doing. So people are going to hear so we can spend a couple of minutes. We have time, so you can share briefly what are the questions you're planning to bring. So basically, sorry for interrupting here. Basically, we live in this piece.
You could just put something like intentioning Mother Earth, looking at societal change, something like that. Just something that's no more words than the one above and the one above that. And then the full one can be below. That would work.
Okay, so put the exact wording that you want in the chat, and then we'll make that change.
So, and by the way, what we didn't have a chance to explain, Lily, what's going to happen here. So maybe we need to.
Well, go ahead, because you're going to be running this section.
Yes, so we were talking about making something participative. We want to be sure that it's not just going through lectures, one after the other. So we want to engage people in conversations. And we were thinking about doing a World Cafe technique. I don't know how many of you know World Cafe. But the difference with World Cafe is that you create the questions in the moment, and we didn't have time to do that. So we're thinking how we can change that, how we can create a space for colleagues to come together and discuss conversations on different topics. So the idea is that these 5 sessions, they are not workshops. Basically, what we have asked the 5 facilitators is to come up with questions to explore together during these sessions. This is going to be an exchange of ideas. And then somebody is going to take notes, and then we are going to be sharing some of what came up from these conversations. But this is an opportunity to think, reflect on these issues that we think are issues that we are in our mind as supervisors. So one is about resistance to coaching supervision, and Susie Warman is going to be facilitating that. The other is going to be about resourcing, restoring through coaching supervision, and Sarah Evans is going to be doing that. Some of you met them. She came to one of our network meetings to do a session, a workshop on that. Hilary, who's here, is going to be talking about ethical considerations and spirituality. So how they come together. So thank you, Hilary, for being here. And James Lopati is going to be contrasting internal versus external coaching supervision. And finally, Eve is going to be talking about, and you were saying about that, what are some of the societal issues that are impacting us, including environmental issues, but not only that. So these are the 5 conversations, and we're going to come up with the questions in advance. So I have requested the facilitators to have the questions. So I think that the questions is going to be guiding your decisions about where you want to go. So more than this, if I was saying, don't worry too much about the description, because we're going to ask people to make their decisions based on the questions that all of you are sending me, and we're going to be posting for people to choose from what question do you want to explore. So this is what will happen in the morning. Lily?
Okay, and
Back
we're gonna do 2 rounds of that.
Mhm.
Because we recognize people are going to go, well, that's so hard to choose just one thing, as we all want to participate in all the conversations, likely, right? And so we'll offer people 2 choices. So we'll do 2 rounds, and then we'll do a plenary of what's the generative learning that came out of those sessions, what's new information. And then we have Charmaine Roche joining us, and she will talk about ethical maturity. Are we complicit? And I'm really curious what that's going to be about, but it will be around, do we challenge enough? Do we bring it to attention, things that are important in the space? All those kind of questions I'm suspecting. And then we'll have a diversity panel. Dr. Okakon Udo will lead this one. And we have Sunny Smith, who's here, Nagesh, Michelle DeGroot, and Erica. You're here as well, Erica? Will be joining us for a conversation on diversity panel related to coaching supervision. In the afternoon, Joel and Thomas will be coming in from ICF Global. They've just completed a survey. It's actually fresh off the press, and they'll be sharing the latest research on coaching supervision as gathered by ICF. So looking forward to seeing if there's anything new there. And then at 1:30 to 2:30, we will continue our conversation around spiritual path. Again, Miriam, note the time, please. And then we'll close with the calls to action. What is our field, our profession calling forth from us as a coaching supervision community? Let's pause there for any questions, thoughts, comments on that. No? All's quiet on the Western Front. All right, Damien, let's move over to you.
Yes, I'm going to cover some of the logistics. And what I want to say is our intention with Lily and Mary is to make this conference very interactive. So we were interested in creating the conditions for this to be an experience. a little bit different than other activities. And I don't know you, but I am a little bit tired sometimes being in front of the computer all day. Anybody is tired about being in front of Zoom and say, oh, again, being in front of Zoom for many hours. Okay, so our goal is to make this very participative. So that will require that for you to come, not just to sit and watch one more webinar, but that you come to participate, engage, and learn from each other. Are you willing to that? Are you interested in that? Because this is what we want to create. We want to create, and as people have seen in previous conferences, we also are interested in a community, in a learning community. So it's not only about education, but it's also about building relationships, getting to know colleagues, learning from each other. As a result of these conferences in the past, this is our 6th one. As a result of people coming to these conferences, some partnerships have developed, people have engaged in writing chapters for a book, doing business together. So this is part of our vision. So for that to happen, we are going to ask you to plan to be here 100%. And I am excellent about multitasking. So ask me, I know how to do a couple of things at a time, but the quality sometimes of our participation is not the same. So the invitation will be to plan as much as you can to be fully present. And fully present means be ready to participate, be ready with your camera, with your microphone. Please mute it when you're not speaking, but ready to participate and share yourself and learn from each other. So for that, we want to ask you to be sure that you have a good internet, as good as you can, to be sure you have a strong Wi-Fi. It's interesting because we have some notes from when we started doing virtual programs, and I don't think that now we need to remind you, all these virtual things that we used to talk at the beginning of COVID, like be sure that you mute your microphone, that your camera is on, that kind of things about participation. We're going to be, Hilary asked before, for people who join later, we're going to be recording everything. The part we're not going to be recording are the group supervision sessions and some of the demos. I was asking Larissa and Tracy if we can share the recording from their session. They will let us know if that's possible or not. I see Tracy say probably not because of the confidentiality. And with Eric Dehan, when he does the demo, we had to figure out after that, if people feel comfortable or not. Also about the roundtables, we are going to be giving you some questions for you to choose from. So be ready to choose one of these, and basically you will go, we will have 5 rooms and you will go to any room you want to go, you will self-select. And since we have a couple of minutes, maybe we can ask the people who are here to talk briefly about what are their questions. So do you want to share what are going to be the questions you're going to be exploring? And then Hilary, I'm going to ask you too. We didn't prepare that in advance, but you may be able to do this. You go ahead.
I'm just going to put them into the chat box. So I'm just copying them to put them in the chat box.
Okay, great. I don't know, Hilary, if you have your questions handy too. The questions. I know that the question from Susie are about resistance to supervision and what you have experienced, and what strategies have you developed around that. James is going to be talking and exploring questions about differences. What differences have you seen working internally as a supervisor? And then you will have the chance to choose one of the 5 for the first round and one of the 5 for the second round. And you may also choose to stay in the same one if you want to. It's up to you. You may want to choose to stay and discuss the same questions with other people, or change and go to one of the other ones. So we have here the questions from Eve. Do you want to read them?
And do. So where do our supervision series and practices come from, and who do we serve and not serve? Who are our stakeholders, and how does this impact on the work we do?
Thank you, Eve. And Hilary? You're on mute.
Mine's
we can hear you now.
a debating one, which is, does following a spiritual path make a coach or coach supervisor more ethical? What are the arguments for, and what are the arguments against, and what is the conclusion?
Great. Thank you. And since we have also Tracy and Larissa, maybe you want to share briefly about your session, what you're going to be covering the first day after Eric?
Well, so Larissa, do you want to start or?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, well, we are going to be looking at a lot of parallels actually and inviting people into conversation. So this will be a very interactive session where we will show how we work with co-coach pairs. So we are co-supervisors and we work with co-coach pairs who work with teams. And so we'll be looking at the relational aspects, actually relationship as instruments. So we were just talking today about how to prepare for that session. But Larissa, what would you like to add?
Yeah, I think we're really wanting to talk. I see it with the stakeholder question there, just about I think the theme was just connecting into our relational essence, amplify outcomes for our stakeholders, and just looking at the parallels there. So.
Mhm, mhm. And having you look at those parallels and share with us, yes.
Yeah.
So while you were sharing, I was preparing breakout rooms because in a minute we are going to go to triads. So we start getting to know each other. So our goal is to create that relationships, and for that we're going to spend a few minutes in triads getting to know each other. And one question that we have is, what intrigues you the most about the conference? Is one possible question you may want to answer, or not. We will. Lily, will you help me to put the question in the chat room? Meanwhile, I give the last, is what intrigues you the most about the conference? It's a question that Lily thought about it, and I think it's a great question. What intrigued you the most about the conference? And the last comment that I had, the last logistics, before we go to triads meeting we have 15 minutes to do this, is that please plan to arrive earlier to this conference and to this session. We are going to be closing the rooms 5 minutes after the session. Why? Because we want to avoid disruptions. And because it's very interactive and we built on what's going on, we don't want people just showing up in the middle of the session. So plan to be a few minutes earlier. We're going to be locking the room 5 minutes later. Now, if anything happened to you and that something happened that you are pushed by the internet, we're going to be giving you Mary's WhatsApp number so you can send her a message and let her know so she can open the room and let you in. Okay, so we're going to have that in place just in case something happened and you, for some reason, you need to, you are pushed out or something that happens. So we're going to give you that choice. Okay, so we're going to go to small groups. Before we do that, any questions? Any questions, comments? Lily, anything that I missed? Anything before we go to breakout rooms?
No, but I did miss something that I didn't mention. Mary's nodding her head. Thank goodness
Okay.
Mary's our detail person. We are planning to do a one-day in-person event on August 22nd in Florida, just before ICF Global, for anyone that will be at that Converge event. In the morning, we'll do something on team or group supervision, and the afternoon we'll do something on creativity, different, maybe 3 types of creativities or something. We're sort of in the middle of planning that right now. So keep your eyes and ears open to the next newsletter.
So I'm curious, who are coming to the Converge in Orlando in August? Who are going to be there? Just to get some people are thinking about it. Okay, you're not sure. You're okay, great. Okay, so let us know if you are planning to come and let us know if you're going to be there so we can engage you and we can be sure that we're going to invite everybody, but we were wondering who are coming, who may be part of that. Okay, so now I think I have, no, I think I am done with my announcement. So let's go. Lily, do you want to be in a room?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Set me with people I know. Oh no, set me with people I don't know. Oh, I'm not sure. Just anybody.
Well,
I want to talk to everybody.
Zoom put you with Erika and Mary. So I think
What?
so
Zoom.
I'm going to change you right now.
It's okay. I'm just joking. I'm happy to speak with anybody.
I know.
Thank you, Eve.
Thanks everybody who are here. Thanks a lot to the presenters who are going to be presenting and facilitating. So we have here, and let's spend a few minutes and just introducing yourself, answering this question, what intrigued you the most about the conference, or sharing anything you want for the next 15 minutes. We'll see you here then. I think we are going to cut this to 15 minutes. No.
Just some administrative details. An email will come to you as participants on April 24th as our goal that will be sent through Eventbrite. And in that, it'll have the link to the password protected website page that we will have that will include the program. So you'll be able to download the full program. The 2-day agenda brief in that will actually include the Zoom number that you'll be able to click on and join. And it'll also have the WhatsApp number for me and my email, so that if you get bounced out and are having any difficulties getting back in, you can send me a message and I will open the room and have you join us. It'll also have the CCE tracking forms that we'll invite you to download, that you'll complete that, saying which sessions you attended live. And then we'll email that to us so you can claim your continuing education credits. We have applied for 12. We are still waiting for that approval to come from ICF. It'll also include our sponsor flyers. So there'll be a section with sponsors named and their flyers. So we invite you to download those flyers. And if any of the presenters have any handouts for their workshops and presentations, those will also be included on that secure website page. We will also send you a post-conference email after the conference, and in that, again, we'll just have information about the secure website page, what we've uploaded, and inviting you to send us any feedback. So rather than doing a conference survey this year, we are inviting you to send an email to us with your feedback around the conference. And if you have any questions or issues, or you don't receive the email let's say by April 25th, we're using Eventbrite and we're just making sure we're getting all the data so that we have it all uploaded before we send you that email. So if you haven't received it by the 25th, please send me an email and we'll just follow up and let you know what's happening with that. Any questions?
If they have any questions, they may need to ask you later. Yes, great. Thank you, Mary, for all of your work. We were recognizing you for all your support to make this conference happen. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Lily, anything you want to add before we go in this recording?
No, just looking forward to seeing all the familiar faces and also the new faces. So welcome, and we'll see you on the 28th.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. See you then. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.